Welcome to our podcast. What she said.
Hey, this is Audrey, and this is Courtney, and we are the Girls of 95.
Yeah. Girls of 95. Yeah. Yeah. Girls of 95. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to our podcast. And guess what, guys?
Guess what?
We're excited to have my roommate and one of Audrey's really good she's one of my good friends too, but
Anyway, we have Miss Emily Snell here.
Woo!
Anyway, yeah, Emily's one of our best good friends. Let's maybe dive in really quickly to how we all know Emily.
Okay, you start because it goes back further with you.
Yes, I am the OG, thanks to one of our good friends, Angie. So,
Thanks, Angie. Shout out to Angie.
Basically, Emily and I, we went to college together, and we found out about each other through our mutual friend, Angie. Angie, I love you. And basically, I don't even know, like, the first time we hung out. Do you remember?
I know the first time we hung out.
Oh, my God.
Wow,
Tell it.
rude, Aud.
So I was living in Orlando with our friends.
You're right.
Kyle and Angie.
Yep.
And she told me, I have this friend, Audrey. You'll love her. And you know when you hear that, you're like, okay.
Right. You're like, sure.
Like,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sure I will. No, I'm just kidding. I was excited to meet you. But on the way to meet you, Angie was like, oh my gosh, I think you guys are really going to bond though, because she loves Kristen Johns, who is my favorite influencer. And I don't care much about influencers, but I really care about what Kristen Johns does.
I do too.
And so I was like, oh, maybe we are really going to be friends. And it was just that perfect when you meet someone and you feel like you've been best friends with them forever. That's how I felt when I met you, and we just clicked so fast. And I remember telling Angie, you were right, I did really like her, but yeah, it was a lot of fun getting to hang out while we lived in Florida, because you were you working
Yes. So
at your current job at that time?
So yeah, like we all went to school together. Funny enough, I didn't know who you were until after I lived in Florida, which is random because we were also in the same program at school. We were both in fashion. So it's just, you can't tell today. I look like a freaking turd today.
No, you
but
look
whatever.
cute.
I'm
Brown
a
is so
turd.
trendy right now.
Anyway, but we,
Most.
I'm just surprised. And like where we went to school and stuff too, I feel like everybody kind of knew each other, but we didn't know each other. And then Ryan and I moved to Florida for my job. And then that's when Emily, Kyle, and Angie all moved to Florida as well to do the Disney college program. And then that's kind of all like when we started becoming like besties and stuff. And then, Emily went back to school, and then she was like, dude, I want to apply at your work. And I was like, okay. And she got the job, and then she moved back here to be with me. So that was great. And then
It's
after that,
true.
obviously,
Right,
as you
so
know,
then you guys grew closer together.
yeah, we got
and
so
then
close.
I didn't ever
Thrifting, whatever. Anyway.
The
Thrifting,
best.
as you can tell, most of these were thrifted, right?
Yeah,
Our basketball brought to you by thrift stores.
Goodwill.
And so I met Emily last year at Audrey's bachelorette party for the first time.
Yeah.
And that was so fun. I feel like we didn't get to spend like a ton of quality time together just because it was like a jam-packed weekend, obviously. But I feel like we like got along right off the bat, which was awesome. We all just had the best weekend ever. Like literally no complaints. Everybody just vibed so well together. But then I moved down here. Well, then we saw each other at the wedding, right?
Yes.
Didn't get to hang out much again, but it's just like we kept seeing just like little bits of each other.
Yeah.
And obviously we both are really close with Audrey, and I'm like, okay, I trust Audrey's judgment. If she really likes Emily, then obviously I'm really going to like Emily. And so then I moved down here, and we all just like started hanging out in group settings and stuff, and we just became closer and closer. And then I was staying with Audrey and Ryan when I first moved down here, and Emily was living by herself. And then it came time where your lease was coming up, and I was looking for a place to move into by myself. And so we just kind of like naturally like, maybe we should get a place together. I think I just jokingly, it wasn't even like a joke, but I just saw a house. I've been looking at 1-bedroom apartments, and everything down here is so expensive. And I saw like a little house and had a pool. I'm like, wait, that would actually be so fun and cool. And I feel like it wasn't like we weren't to the point where we were super, super close friends yet, but I just knew you were somebody that I could like, I was going to become closer friends with. So I didn't know if you'd even be like interested in living with me or anything like that. I was like, wait, maybe we could like live together, and just text her that. And she's like, wait. And then I feel like from that point, we were both just sending each other apartments until it was just like the thing that we were going to do. And now we're in our apartment for this episode. So welcome to our home. Welcome to our home, Audrey.
Thank you so much for having
You're our
me.
guest.
Yeah, what's a really fun thing about podcasting, the reason too, you might see us and be like, do they hate each other? No, we have to be like a certain distance apart or you'll get a lot of feedback.
Audrey smells like an old boot.
Yeah, no, that's it. I smell like an old boot. So because of that, we're in a new location for today's epi.
Yeah, we need a little bit more space.
A little bit
spacious
more
skies.
Spacey times.
Okay, so now we have all the introductions. I'm going to kind of lay out the topic of this episode, which is honestly I feel like Emily and I have this conversation all the time because we were really in the same boat for such a long time. And we're just going to talk about dating in Florida and specifically the dating app Hinge.
Yes.
Because Emily and I both had a Hinge. I currently still have a Hinge profile. And I feel like that's one of the things that's like, I don't know. It's since I'm still dating and it's just like she's my favorite person to complain about it or like just talk about it with because she totally gets it. Like she was there. And guys, when I tell you we're in the trenches, we are in the flipping trenches. It's not okay. It's really not okay. And I'm sorry for all the people who are like grown now. Like my parents are like, dating was so fun. Excuse me. In what world? First of all, you're thinking back to when you're like teenagers. It's just not it. It's not. At least not for me. How I'm like, I don't know, because I just am so particular about how I spend my time and who I spend it with. I don't just want to like go hang out with anybody.
Right.
And if I don't know, if I feel like I'm just not gonna, I don't like being around people I just don't vibe with and you rocking into every situation. And we talked about this a little bit in the past couple episodes where you asked me a little bit about like worst dating experience and things like that. It's never been awful, but I'm just saying all around, I've never like really looked forward to it. And so to have something constant in your life that you're always just like not looking forward to that much, I wouldn't say it's at the top of my like favorite things to do. Now, have I like met some really nice people and everything like that? Yes, absolutely. But I'm still single. So obviously it's not like.
It's not working.
And I'm the problem.
No, yeah.
No, I'm just saying I can't be like, it's the best thing to ever happen to me or anything yet because.
Right. So let's back it up too. So obviously, hello, I'm married, so I will not be partaking in a lot of this. But I do remember a time when I would get on Tinder.
What?
Because Hinge.
Throwback.
You had a Tinder?
Yeah, a little bit. Hinge wasn't created yet. It was just Tinder and like eHarmony.
In Missouri.
In Missouri, before I met Ryan.
That's the trenches.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait.
Wow.
I'm finding out new info. And I understand that Tinder used to be what Hinge is now. I mean, it used to be more hookups and stuff.
Still
but
more hookups,
people
but
get
like,
on Hinge, and we'll get back to that later because people get on Hinge to hook up too. But like Tinder to me is such a different thing now because I feel like the people are on there, they're literally just on there to hook up. But I had no idea you ever had Tinder. You never told me that.
I would always get it, and then a guy would say something inappropriate, and then I would go, I just want to be in love, and then I would delete it. And it mostly happened like freshman year of college. I would get it with my roommates, and because my roommates too were all in relationships, I was the only one, and so I would get it when I was like about to go out with my single friends or whatever.
Wouldn't know about that life.
Yeah, but it was not great. But then Courtney, for you, obviously, like you're kind of new to this whole Hinge thing because back home you obviously wouldn't have one.
Yeah, that's something I feel like we need to cover. I moved from a small town. That would not make any sense. And I was thinking about this earlier when I was just kind of going over what I wanted to talk about in this episode at all. It would have made zero sense for me to have a dating app where I lived because it would be I just keep thinking how cringy it would be to get on and to see people I already know. Yeah. Like the whole point is to meet people you don't know. So I feel like the equivalent to what that is like if someone were to reach out to you over social media, that would have been like what Hinge is now almost because it's like, oh, you might see a friend of a friend or something like that on social media and reach out to them online that way. But you wouldn't get, unless you were trying to date from like towns away or like if I had mine set to St. Louis or something like that, that might make sense. But to just be in the surrounding areas, I honestly should change my thing just for a second to see what would pop up. But I really don't even want to know.
Yeah. And then Emily, what has your been experience like college to now of kind of like the
Yeah, I would say
profiles
don't
you've
talk
had?
about Florida yet. Just talk about like
just
before.
talk about like before.
Okay, I never had any of that stuff.
Oh, really?
In college, yeah.
Okay.
Never in Missouri. So.
I feel like that's like a thing that everyone who went to a big university goes through. Like at some point they had one of them at the very least, but you didn't have any of them?
Never.
Oh my God. Why didn't you want to get them? What was kind of like
why?
was it like an ick factor or?
Ick factor, and I feel like, so in high school I was very sheltered. I didn't go to parties. I had a small little group of dance friends, and I didn't really like to stray from that. And when I got to Missouri State, I was on the dance team, so I had a whole new group of friends. And I feel like I was just focused on having fun and going out, and that was the first time I feel like I had social plans all the time, and a good problem to have, I guess. But that was definitely a time in my life where I was just like footloose and fancy free and worried about what I'm gonna wear on Thursday night, and I don't know, it like was not a priority for me at all. And school was a big priority,
right?
as
And if you're
well.
constantly going out and having like these, like, because you were involved in dance team or the
Right.
do we say where you're
Sugarberry?
from? Do we?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna stop.
The only
us.
people who listen are
Sorry,
people who know
I-
us. No,
Oh,
I
no,
just
you're
made that
fine.
No,
decision.
you're
for all of
fine.
us.
I just didn't want to be like, yeah, she was on Sugar Bears if you didn't want me to say that. But no, she was on, like, if you're really involved in the social scene in your college, you don't have to be like looking for people to meet because you're meeting people. Like right now
Yeah.
at the job I work, I'm never around like adults that would be people I would date. So it's like,
Yeah.
for me to go out, for me to meet people, I'd have to go out all the time with time I don't have. And so that's why I feel like when you're an adult, you're just not doing that stuff all the time, like you are in college or when you're a little bit younger than we are.
Yeah.
So it's just not, I don't know. Like people obviously still approach you whenever you go out, but I'm not just out all the time. And
Right.
yeah, it's
And
just, it's
also,
different.
too,
It's just
yeah,
different situation.
Courtney obviously is a teacher, so like I feel like there's not many guys that teach anyway, and if they do, they're already married. And then Emily and I, where we work, it's like literally mostly gay men, or the men there, honestly, like, which is so amazing and so much fun.
But you're not you're not
But
going to
it's
meet
like,
anybody.
You're not going to really meet
Yeah.
anybody. I know like one of my really good girlfriends, she met one of her boyfriends at work so randomly, but it was just like that doesn't really happen. And like
I feel like there was a nice looking man at your work that would get snatched up so fast if he was single because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like guys, if you're looking like go into teaching if you're looking for go into a field where it's predominantly women and meet somebody at work. That'd
And
be so
cute
easy.
women, like honestly.
Yeah, in
and
fashion
young,
and
you
teaching.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
work with
so-
a bunch of really cute girls, just saying.
Well, there you go.
Like literally all the kid. Well, I'm calling myself cute, I guess, but like there's like there's like 2 or 3 teachers where they always will call us each other's name because they don't know the difference. There's like 3 of us, and we don't all look that similar,
But you're,
but
like,
we're
young
enough of
and
like the
cute.
same build, the same kind of hair, the same kind of like facial structure. Honestly, the same kind of like energy and how we just kind of act and carry ourselves.
yeah.
And all the kids like will call us the wrong name all the time. And honestly, a couple of the teachers have called us the wrong name as well. Like called us each other, and we're all new too.
Yeah.
So it's like our first year at this school. And anyway, yeah.
So yeah,
Funny.
so I mean, like obviously I'm not dating in the city, but I would say too, just like hearing from like both of your guys' like stories and stuff, I would say like the dating pool is there in Tampa Bay. It's just how the F do you find them, especially when one of your best friends is married and then our other group of friends are all married or in serious relationships too.
Right.
Like how do you do it? So
And none of us are from here, so it's
Yeah,
not
none
like
of
we
us are
just
from here.
have a whole life of people like, oh wait, I went to school with this person, or
No, I feel like meeting people in school is like the only way. Like I don't even know how you would meet somebody unless you got a dating app. Like you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? If we had like one friend that was from Florida,
Yeah, it
and they
would
had
be
like a group of
friends.
friends that still lived here and they like grew up with, that's because you either meet somebody like meeting people in college or something like that or at school or through mutual friends.
Right.
That's
And-
like I feel like the most natural way to meet somebody because I
Yeah.
feel like that what I feel like I'm missing is where someone else has kind of already screened them. Whenever it's just
Right.
me going in, I feel like blind.
Yeah.
And the dating app does not translate to real life. I don't know if I feel like I should ask the people that I go out with. Like, do I seem like my profile? Because I feel like every single person I went out with has been like not what I expected a little bit. And maybe that's me having an issue, but I feel like I can't read them very easily at all. Like nobody's bad, but I'm just saying like I'm always just like, oh, okay, that's not really what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Every single time.
So let's get into so yeah, obviously, like, Courtney, I think I made you get Hinge basically the day you moved down.
It was not, but it was like within a couple weeks. But I do want to tell that story in just a minute. But Emily, go ahead.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what was your thought process when you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna download Hinge, like, or make a profile? What were you thinking?
Mine was kind of the same situation where one of my friends just told me to do it because, kind of like I said, I was so against it. And to your point, I was always like, surely one of my friends can set me up, or, I'll meet someone going out. And so I was FaceTiming one of my friends after I'd moved down here. And like Courtney said earlier, I'm living by myself. I'm working from home in a city where at the time I only knew you and Ryan.
Right.
And I'm so beyond grateful that I had you guys. And I feel like I said it all the time, and it's still true. Now Courtney is too, but like, you guys are my rays of sunshine when all I was doing. Why am I going to cry?
Don't do that.
Wow, the drama.
I do bring the drama sometimes.
That's Elsa coming
No,
out.
honestly, put a pin. Hopefully I'm not I'm not trying to roast Emily because I'm talking about myself too, but we both bawled on weeknights this week. I bawled.
It's true.
I bawled in my bed, and then Emily was crying last night. No, I mean, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus here, but that's
it's
just
okay.
that's
own
life
it.
in your 20s, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
So anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, finally one of my friends convinced me to do it, and it ended up working out for me. It was not a fun time in the beginning. Oh my gosh, I'm telling the story of the one that was really bad. So I go to this pier that's close by us one night, and
Wait, is that the day we were? Oh my God, I was there. I have a picture.
yes, but I was
I gotta share it on the
texting Courtney.
Wait, is it the one we were already at the pier and some? Okay.
Yes. So, like Courtney said, not a good time for the most part.
No.
But we were already with our friends, already at the place that I was supposed to meet this person. So I was like, I'm not losing anything. I already am going out today. Like, I'm already
gonna be in
hanging
this
out.
area. We can,
yeah, like it's and my time is very precious to me. So I was like, I'm not making a whole day out of this. Whatever, it'll be easy. So the only way I can put it is immediately no. That TikTok sounds.
That's what she texted me. Immediately no.
Immediately
like
no.
5 seconds.
I think it was a group chat, and it was.
Oh,
like,
yeah, and we're like-
you. But we were all together.
I don't know, it's
so
a
everyone's
blur.
like, what's going on? And I was like, I just got immediately no. So I'm guessing it's not going well.
And the funny part is too, weren't we going to go to dinner? So like the plan was basically we were all at the pier around noonish or something. And I think at like 1 or 2 p.m. you were going to go get drinks with this guy. And then later we would all meet up, and it would be your bail to go be like, I have dinner plans with my friends. So
Right.
like that was like the plan. Like you were just going to take like a 2-hour break in between. We were going to go do our own thing, meet back up and get dinner.
Right. So, and
then
it was,
so
which is a perfect setup too,
Yeah.
because if you don't know, like if you're screening this person, it's the first time you're meeting and you want to have like something else planned for later in the day. That way you're like, hey, because you can always be like, hey guys, never mind. Like I'm having fun. I want to like keep hanging out. Your friends are going to understand that. But like just to have that in your back pocket so you don't feel like you're having to like make up something. Well, I got to go buy groceries. Gotta go do some laundry. Bye. Like already have planned.
Yeah.
Something.
So it's
yeah.
just funny that within 5 seconds, immediately no, we were like, well, shit, what do we do? How do we save
We just
her?
went, skirt. We just scooted around and we were like, get in.
Why did you think you
Hooker.
would immediately no? Like right off the bat.
The vibes.
I was gonna say, you just can't force the vibe.
No, you cannot.
And also, pro tip, have your friend ready to pick you up. But also pro tip, ask them if they prefer Spotify or Apple Music, because I think that's the easiest way to weed somebody out. And that was my favorite question. And this person
And the
answered
wrong answer is Apple
incorrectly.
Music.
He said Apple Music, and in that moment, I just knew there was nothing
No.
for me to stick around for. I'm just kidding. That was very mean. But like Courtney
I
said,
have
you
some people
really
listening that are like, uh-oh.
No, it's
No,
okay,
but-
because Apple Music still won't put our Spotify on there, or our playlist
Yeah,
on
so
there.
we have a personal vendetta.
Yeah, Spotify all the way. We love you.
And that was the reason, was this podcast and this podcast alone.
Exactly.
No, I'm a supportive friend, but in all seriousness, you just can't force the vibe.
No, you realize right off the bat, and I mean, like, when I say right off the bat, I mean, like, in the first couple minutes. Because obviously the introductions are always a little bit awkward. I'm never judging someone off of, like, the first 5 seconds if they're awkward. If that's a little bit awkward, you're like, okay. But if you just, like, keep hanging out, keep talking, and you're just, like, it's not really, like, meshing at all. You're not, I don't know. And I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus who is, like, awkward at dating, but that's something you need to work on then. You can't expect someone to just be like, yeah, they were awkward. I didn't have a good time. I want to go out again. Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but, like, if you're only going to either feel like you want to hang out with that person again and go on a second date and maybe then go on a third if that one goes well, and you're only looking for the next date, basically, is what I'm saying. I go in, I'm like, do I want to go on another date with this person or not? And if you're not feeling it the first time, I'm not going to make a second. I'm not going to be like, yeah, well, let's try that again if I really wasn't feeling it at all. And Emily's the same way. There's been a couple times. Actually, she has had 2 immediately no's, by the way. And I came up and picked her both times. So I'm here. I'm like, girl, I get you.
True love.
I get you. So, but just as a little fun thing, I did screenshot, if I ever saw just like a gold, because here's how Hinge is set up. Hinge is set up where you put like 3 or 4 pictures up, or however many it is. So you can upload pictures. It's almost like your own little like mini social media profile. And if you're not familiar with dating apps, that's how it works. And then you can also choose some prompts to answer. So like one of the ones on mine is like 2 truths and a lie. And I put 2 things that are true about myself, and then one that was a lie. And it's actually true for Audrey, which is the trick to two truths and a lie. Is use somebody else's truth. I also have used Emily's truth before too. Anyway.
Which you make that your lie.
I make that my lie. Yeah, I make something that's true about one of my friends that's kind of like off the wall.
What was my truth?
That, the whole Ozark thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I use that sometimes. Anyway, but that's how it's set up. So as you go through, just like you're seeing people's pictures, you're seeing like that they specifically chose a prompt, so they choose which one they want to answer, and then they type in their answer. Okay. And this is what kills me, is that like there'll be literally guys on there who'll choose a prompt and then be like IDK. I'm like, there's 100 prompts.
No, there's so many. Isn't there like 2 like I don't know, favorite childhood memory? Like,
yeah, there's literally like so many things
you can choose from.
You can literally choose like one of the most popular, like one of the I feel like this is a cop out. The ones you always see are what I order for the table,
Tequila shots,
what my Sunday looks like,
crying.
No, Sunday scaries.
That's
they
what
all
ours
say,
looks
or they
like.
say on the boat.
Oh yeah.
And which I should be like boat, but I don't. Anyway, so that's how that works out. But if I ever saw anything really like just gold, I would screenshot it. So I feel like at this time, I'm just gonna kind of give you some of Hinge's gold.
Yeah, so this is, in Courtney's opinion, her gold. Actually, before we get into that, just really, really quickly, should we maybe talk about your, like, types really quick, too? Because I feel like that could make... Because for some people, it might... Well, I'm sure all the
Here's what I will say.
Funny,
before we get into that, let's just talk about things that I feel like make me cringe on Hinge, and then things that I'm like, I appreciate that. Maybe we'll do that, okay? These profiles can inspire us later. Yeah. So, Emily, is there anything specific, like when you saw a dude's profile, you're immediately just like, oh my God, why? Other than the crazy stuff that I'm about to say, or just like the stupid off the wall stuff, is there anything where you're just like, that's just not,
or like an immediate turn off that might not be a turn off to other people, but to you, you're just like,
probably my thing is the ones I'm thinking of, I don't think the guys realize that it's a turn off. Like I literally think they think it's a good thing to post this, like when their whole profile is them at the gym. I'm immediately no.
Same. Like if I were to have a dating profile, if it was all gym pics, I would be like, absolutely not. Also, if there's any essence of country, as you know, I pretended to be country one time, but I am not. Like if I see cowboy boots, I probably would have been like, bye-bye.
Yeah, and that's because, no offense, and by the way, cowboy boots aren't like a bad thing. I'm just saying, like,
it's just,
if I know myself, I'm like, okay, I'm not like into that. That's immediately something I'm like, okay, no, because that person's like not gonna be my vibe. But somebody else, that would be like, oh, a good thing. Like,
yeah.
Right. I'm talking about like gym. There's too many gym pics, or it's like them like going like straining to pick something up, or like a gym video. I'm like, I don't care. I feel like there's a way to do the shirtless pic that they're trying to do without the gym photo, and that is, we live in Florida. Take a picture with your friends at the beach. And not a selfie. a picture of you and your friends at the beach. It's just like if we took a picture of us in bikinis at the beach and I put that, it wouldn't be as cringe as if I was like taking a mirror selfie of me in a bikini, which is fine too, but I wouldn't put that on my Hinge because I'm just like, that's sending a really weird vibe. It's sending a really weird message. It's even if you're trying to hook up, that's just a really like weird thing.
In our opinion, yeah.
In our opinion, yeah. This is all in our opinion, so I can't really say. Also, if you're posing in front of a car. I see that all the time. I'm like, you realize what girls don't care about? Cars. Like, there's not one. I mean, I might say, oh, that's a cool car. Like, but like, I'm never going to look at your profile picture and see you squatted down in front of a car. And I really highly doubt that any girl, unless you're just like literally in the passenger or in the driver's seat of like a really fancy car and it just looks like that might be okay. But when you're squatting down, looks like your album's dropping. Like, it's your cover. It's your cover art. Like, that's just not it, my guy.
Love a cover art.
That's not it. Those are the two that I see all the time. I'm like, absolutely not.
Right after this.
Huh?
We should go to Emily's Jeep because she's the cutest car and just do it.
Yeah.
I miss my Jeep too. I haven't driven it in like
my God,
a week.
I just say I wave at her every day when I come home.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, I see that literally all the time. And I feel like there's other things too. Like if a guy has too many selfies, like it's not just a picture of them and out and about. It's just like all like up close and they're all like from a downward angle. And they're like trying to look cool, or I don't know. You just have to know when it's like not your pick, guy.
I think something that whenever I'm just looking at your guys' profiles, if there's no, in my opinion, any humor, like they all just like look like robots, like perfect little robots in every picture, that gives me an ick too. I feel like.
Yeah, I definitely won't match with anybody if all their things just look. I mean, I feel like your pictures don't have to be funny or anything, but like. If you're not showing any personality, I'm not even saying funny. If you're not showing any personality, there's no substance to what you're answering at all. You're just literally giving the quickest little thing. Like, then why are you on the app is my question.
Yeah,
like, why are you on it? Because
Emily, what are things that ick you out though?
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest things to stay away from on those apps are if the person, every single picture they're drinking.
Yeah.
That's something one of my best friends, Genevieve, told me. She was like, I don't care if everything else about them is something I like. If every photo has alcohol or is them being out, I just feel like that tells you a lot about them, and that's fine. But if you want to be in a relationship, like, are you going to want someone who's going out?
Right, because you can never go into it thinking that person's going to stop doing that.
It's so hard though too, because when guys are single, I feel like in their mind that's how they think, like, oh, this is how I'll meet girls and stuff. So I think that is hard, but I think if it's every single picture, I agree with you. I would
say,
like
you literally have never taken a picture doing any other activity.
Yeah, if there's like one or two where they're in the club, I'm like, okay, like I think that would make sense, just because I think in general guys going out will go way down if they have a girl, but still.
Yeah, also in the club, picture is different than just like, you can tell if someone just like outside at a brewery or something like that.
Oh, we love a brewery vibe.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm pulling up right now. That sounds great. But yeah, I don't want like look like they're at a rave.
Yeah.
So I agree. No. Good one. Okay.
Thank you.
Also, Courtney's favorite is if they're into EDM or trap music. Goodbye.
It's true.
Emily, you feel the same? Where you're just like, bye.
I'm just joking because it's true.
Yes. So if you're trying to court Courtney, get rid of your EDM music. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Listen to Tame Impala and come back to us.
Yeah.
That's where I. Yeah. I feel like, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, do you have any more icks, Emily?
I think just my only other big one is when people would be like passive aggressive or mean in their prompts. Like, oh my gosh, what's one of them? It's like, just please don't. And someone would say like, be in love with your ex. It's like, you sound like you maybe have some self-love to work on. And I swear I saw passive aggressive stuff like that all the time, and I was like, if you have something you need to work through, that's fine, but maybe Hinge is not the place
we're
to be working through it.
We know you're calling out like some girl you went on a date with that talked about her ex the whole time or something.
It's like, am I gonna be your next prompt if you don't like me? That's not something I'm interested in.
I think it's funny when I see, because so like I look at these profiles all the time, and also too I feel like they always pop up on TikTok with just like the cringiest, stupidest stuff. Something that bothers me, I think, with a lot of Hinge profiles is just like when the guys put in zero effort. Where
that's
it's like,
what I mean, where it's like literally
favorite tabletop food, and it's like guac.
Yes.
Okay. Who's your biggest hero? Mom. awesome. Like, why? Like,
Right.
you could literally, I don't know how many characters you guys have for those things.
Plenty,
but like,
where
plenty.
you can, yeah.
We
Or
really-
say if you've seen my profile, there's plenty to work with.
Yeah. And if you don't know what to put, I guarantee you have a single female friend or a female friend that's in a relationship or a sister or a cousin who can freaking help you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Or also pick your guy friend with the most personality and just be like, what should I put?
Yeah. Like,
There's
if you
got to
put
be someone help you
literally
out.
nothing. It would make me think in my mind, you're boring and you're basic and you don't even want to put an effort to make this good. How would you be in a relationship?
Yeah. I also
my
feel
opinion.
like what that gives me the vibe is that you are on there for the wrong reason.
Yes.
Like, immediately if I see someone that put no effort in, I'm like, okay, well, you're just hoping somebody will like how you look.
So you
and
can
then
hook
you'll
up.
want to immediately be like hooking up. And that's, for me, that is the biggest frustration. I feel like that's so flipping annoying when someone immediately goes to that.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, I feel like what I'm giving off in my profile, and I looked at Emily's before too, like, we're not giving off like we're trying to hook up vibes. Like, there's a lot of personality. You can tell we're just like bubbly, like fun people. Okay, you may want to hook up with us. I'm not saying like that's not going in your brain. I'm just saying like you're not going to immediately go to that. Like, that's just so weird. Like, literally get a Tinder. Hinge is literally, it's like, it's the app. I don't even know what the thing is.
Designed to be deleted.
Yeah,
or
designed to be
whatever.
deleted. LOL, designed to be deleted once a week and then re-downloaded because you're in this vicious cycle. But anyway, I'm just like, then get on a different app. This is literally, I feel like it's well known that Hinge is like for people who are looking for, it's not even that you're looking for like a serious relationship necessarily. You're just like looking for just not hooking up only. You're
Right.
not just trying to go out and hook up with somebody and like move on to the next person. You're generally like trying to go out and date. That's
But I
what
get
would
why
say.
guys would use that, because I would think 9 times out of 10 a female would want to be in a relationship. Maybe not always, but like most do, or they at least want it to not be like, oh, immediately you just want to see my tatas. Great. Like, so it's like, I think the guys see that and they're just like, no, these are where the quality women are at that I want to bone. And then they get one, which is like,
I
very
can't speak
frustrating.
for men, so I don't know, but smart thinking if that's you.
I mean, yeah, it's genius because you are going to probably meet more quality women.
My thing is,
don't
I'm
know.
just like, as soon as you make it seem like that's all you want, I'm so not interested.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So also I will say kind of the last little thing, and I finally just changed my profile to put this in. I feel like this is a little bit passive aggressive on my part. On my own profile, I kind of was just like, do I put this? And I was just like, screw it. Don't care. I've literally had this thing for long enough. And I'm just trying to weed out the people who I don't want to be like even liking my profile. And I finally was like, when I said before, I give plenty to go off of. Like, anytime there's a prompt or something for me to like put some of my personality or like something to say, I always do. First of all, when me and Audrey made this profile, it was like one of the funnest nights of my life. It was so
I literally stayed up to like, I think 1 a.m. on like a work night, a school night. And I never do that. Honey, I'm in bed by 10 o'clock.
We had
Am I
tears.
on TikTok until 11? Yes. But regardless.
Still.
But we were setting up this profile crying, laughing.
It was so funny because I was just, yeah.
We kept making like trauma jokes. We were like, oh, put this.
I literally be like, ha, and I had cancer. Like,
I don't
I
think we
didn't.
talked about that yet.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, Courtney had cancer. Anyway, moving on.
That'll be another episode, I'm
We'll
sure.
come back to that.
Anyway, but yeah, no, making the profile I thought was so fun. Making the profile was like the highlight of the whole experience for me up to this point. I thought that was
Yeah.
the most fun part for sure. But it's what aggravated me. I'm like, you can either just like somebody's picture or you can like and put a little comment. And I finally was just like, guys, just find something to comment on. Because I put like, I think I chose the prompt like green flags I look for. And then I was like, if you can comment on something on my profile, like if you can actually find something to comment on. And I literally said, it's the least you can do after the cornholio pic, because I have a pic where I look like cornholio.
You know, that's funny. It's not like you have some deep-rooted issue that you haven't
I
worked
don't even mean it in a
through.
mean way. I'm just like, if you're actually liking, if you're taking the time to like it and try to get my attention, which is what you're doing whenever you like somebody's profile, then find just like one thing to say. It doesn't even have to be like earth-shattering or like, it doesn't have to change the direction of my life or anything, but just be like, LOL, that's so funny. And I'm like, oh, I'm funny? Okay, cool. Like,
I just don't understand too how the mans aren't confident. Like, I can see where they wouldn't be as confident in person, but literally it's like the same, like you're behind a screen. Like,
yeah, no, that's
put it
very
all out there.
Yeah, no, actually,
Right?
that's really funny. I hadn't really thought about that, but I do feel
But
like
they're
a
always
lot
so
of it is
meek
like,
and like, be like, no, freaking straight up. If you just want to bone me, just be like, yo, I want to bone. Like the worst that's gonna happen is you're gonna be like goodbye, or just like try to be your. I don't know. Just show your
no, I feel like most of the guys that I'm matching with, the ones that I continue having conversations with, they are like have good personalities.
That's
yeah,
good.
they're not meek. They're like, if they match the vibe, then I'll keep talking to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'll keep talking to them long, but it means I will.
Yeah.
I will entertain the thought for a minute at least, and see where it goes.
Should we give her the worst Hinge date stories that you guys had? I've never went on a date with somebody from a dating app like before I met Ryan, but do you guys have like a worst one that you?
Well, I already told my worst one last. You literally
you
asked me
did?
that for the 20 questions, the spicy questions.
Okay. Well, then Courtney's answered.
When I
it.
went out with a
Do you
gay
have
man.
Worst date that you want to share?
That I didn't know was gay.
I think that Pier one was pretty dang
That
bad.
was the worst.
It was the worst. And I hope it
Actually
didn't
was.
come off mean when I said that, but it just
No,
at
it's
all.
honestly
Just
not even.
wasn't
It's not always a
for
reflection of
me.
the person.
No.
no.
It's just like when you show up and
That
you're like,
one was no. I'm just kidding.
yeah, you're like, but also that
But this
guy
one was.
sucks so bad. No, but I just feel like if you show up somewhere and you are in an uncomfortable situation automatically because your personalities aren't clicking for whatever reason, or just something is a little bit off, it just gets so uncomfortable. And that's my thing. It's so hard to make me uncomfortable. I feel like honestly the worst time I ever had was I went out with this guy and it was just painfully awkward. Like I was the only one talking the entire time because and it was like you could see him thinking of like trying to think of what to say to me. And I honestly think, I know I feel so bad. He's never going to see this, and it may have been shyness, but the thing is I'm still a human being. I'm having to like have this back and forth type thing, and it was very uncomfortable. It was very, very awkward, and it wasn't like I had a horrible time, but it definitely wasn't like it went well at all. And I don't think I'd ever experienced that in my life where someone wasn't able to like
Carry
on the conversation.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know though.
very easy to talk to.
You are. Very
I
easy
think
to
they
talk
were
to.
honestly, and I'm not trying to sound this in like a weird way. I just think they were very intimidated. Like I think that we just
That's
showed
what I
up and
think.
they
I
were
was
very
just
intimidated.
thinking like you need to go to the dating in the dark thing where it's like pitch black, because then they just won't see your pretty face, and then they'll know how to talk. I think that's it, because you walk in and they're like, holy f-, and they freak out.
That is not.
That is corny.
It's not what happened.
Anyway, but yeah, but you need to date just date in the dark at your next one.
Just gouge their eyes out.
No, but it's a good point, because it's like, okay, maybe they can get there. Maybe they're just really nervous on the first date, whatever. But if you literally can't get anything out of them, then it's like,
Right. Also,
not
it's
really
like,
worth it.
okay, isn't like the number one golden rule is to like don't try to like make something that's not there. Like whether
Right.
it's good or bad or whatever it is, like that's the reason why people stay in relationships too long. And that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? Like for so many things. So if I go on a date with somebody, I'm not going to like force it to work if it's not really working.
Yeah.
When you know there's like so many people out there.
Plus, you want to be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Be yourself. Do you know what that's from? That's a movie.
Do you know?
Be yourself.
I know we used to say it a lot when we
It's
were
from Just
chilling.
Friends. It's the mom from it's the same mom from She's the Man.
Yeah.
Or is it from She's the Man? Either way, it's the same chick. It's the mom. Anyway, should I share some of these with you because they're funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Also, can I just say,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna get there in a minute. I'm sure it'll go there, but the best decision I ever made was linking my Instagram to my Hinge. You can see my like latest, let's say 12 or something like that, posts on Instagram. If it's what's it called? Whenever it's like a collage one. Where there's more than one, you can upload more than one picture at a time on Instagram. So it'll show like every picture individually. So if I put 5 in a photo dump or something, it'll show like 5 different ones. I also just put my Instagram handle. And I've had so many people reach out that way, because on Hinge you can only see one profile at a time. Whenever you're like, when someone likes your profile, you can only see like the like most recent person, and you have to either match with them or like give them the boot, and you can't just like see everybody that's liking you at one time. So there might be some, like right now, I don't know how many I have right now, but I'm just saying like I can't see who the person was from a couple days ago. So I put that on there too, and I feel like that, I don't know, I feel like my best comments and stuff have been when people have
your
went to my
Insta.
Instagram. I've had people that have listened to the podcast and said specifically about the podcast, like,
And you're a biggest
multiple
fan.
people. And guess what? You're giving me all the content. I'm just kidding. I'm not calling any of those people out anyway. They were all super nice. Like,
Yeah.
it was only complimentary, really nice things. It wasn't anybody creepy. But I literally had people that, like, sent a novel.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Courtney has fans.
no,
y'all.
that's not what I mean. That is not what I mean.
Have an OnlyFans soon.
Guys,
Ooh.
when I tell you these guys just send me novels. No, that is not what I mean. I just mean, like, they don't have, I feel like when you're just matching with somebody back, you only have like a little bit to say. You have like 20 characters or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like then they go and they see like all of my pictures and then they find more to, like, I don't know, like it's just a better glimpse of me or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so that's happened. So if you are from my Hinge and you're listening to this podcast, hello.
We love you.
Yeah. Like, you
Comment on
you
the-
inspire me.
Comment on our Instagram and we'll say your name in the podcast.
Here's my
Why
thing.
not?
I get one thing more than any other comment on my Instagram. Like, I can screenshot them. I'm sure I have like 6 or 7 right here.
What?
And it's always my top photo. It's the picture of me with the yellow, like, one shoulder. And everyone's like, young Jennifer Aniston or Jennifer Aniston or something like that. And I'm just like, you know what, guys? Keep it coming.
Yeah.
That's
They
what I have
probably
to
see mine
say.
and be like, young Amanda Bynes, like whenever she was a child and she was in the
You're like,
the
Amanda show?
And I'm like, you're correct.
Yeah, they're like, that's so funny.
What would Emily's be?
Reese
Little Ray of
Witherspoon.
Sunshine Rainbow or Reese Witherspoon?
No, or Sarah Paxton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, Aquamarine.
Yeah, no, I literally.
Specifically Aquamarine herself. Fun
was-
fact,
Wait.
that's really why I wanted to move to
Yes.
Florida.
Wait, I just thought of something so off topic, but for Halloween
what?
this year, you should be Aquamarine, and then then you could have your man's freaking what's his name? Raymond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. I already got the hair for it. I got
We'll
the
dye his
my
hair
shells
gosh.
for
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
Yeah. I love that idea.
We're gonna do it.
I love that. I
Me
feel
and
like
Courtney will be JoJo and Emma Watson.
yeah.
Wait. Absolutely yes.
What will Ryan be?
Can Ryan be Leonard?
Ryan will be Leonard.
Oh my God. Yes.
The real ones, no.
Wait, no. Then he can be Leonard, but then I have to be the treat shack girl.
Oh, they're so cute.
That'd be fun too. I could do that.
I'll be
That would be fun.
the dolphin that they get out of the
No, you'll be the starfish earrings.
Aqua.
Aqua.
You're the best friend.
I'm actually just a conch shell.
Aquamarine is so lovely.
Yeah.
She
No,
makes us look
I'm
lovely.
what's the girl's name?
Claire and
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Yeah.
You'll be Cecilia.
I'll be Cecilia. Oh,
Nah,
that-
she's just a real bitch. Anyway, too long on Aquamarine. No, you'll be you can be
Never
Cecilia.
long enough.
You get to be hot and rich. I'd take it.
She has a pink car.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
And her
Not a
dad,
pink
and
car.
She's rich.
A
And-
white Jeep.
No,
Yeah.
and everybody lives in Tampa in this movie too, so it's just perfect.
Wait,
It's true.
I don't
They
know
do.
why, because they go to the Tampa Mall.
That's when we watched this. Sorry, now I'm really
need to
taking it
watch
off
it.
topic. You mentioned Aquamarine and my world lights up. But no, we found that out right after I moved here. We had a movie night and watched it.
sleepover. Yeah. And we were like, oh my God, what? Tampa Mall?
We just looked at each other like this and we were like, oh my gosh, we live in Tampa. And it was
Yeah.
such a
No,
happy.
I
But it was
love
in
that.
Bay Bridge or whatever.
Bay Bridge. Yeah. Actually, I'm just Aqua's dad, and I just have you on a leash the whole time.
we throw Emily in a pool and you just, start making the waves. Ow.
I just literally start, like, I take a squirt bottle and I just squirt anybody that, like, comes near her. I think that's a great idea.
Oh my God.
You, like, start having a little too fun. I'm like, like,
You're
I
like,
just
"Can you
yank you
try
back.
it?"
Yeah, I literally bring a trident. I literally,
You have to make the.
I wear a white wig that's super long.
Oh my God.
And then I wear a white beard. And
Oh,
I
and
wear
you-
a muscle man shirt.
You need to bring like a dude with you. Like you can have a random date and he's like the guy that Aqua needs to marry or whatever.
I'm like, you will marry this man.
And then him and Michael will fight.
And return. Yeah, we actually just have a dinner theater party.
I See it now, like we're all sitting, and then
I
it's
give
like,
everybody a
you
script.
come in and there's like you throw like gray sheets, and you're like it's like when the storm scene.
Yeah, and you guys know I'm like, yeah, I hire Hinge guys to come go like and like wave the sheets around when it's time.
Oh my
And do
God.
like a smoke machine. You guys
Yeah.
know it's time for my entrance when the conch starts ringing.
The shell phone.
Yes, the shell phone, guys. Watch
Wow.
this movie. If
We
you
went
don't-
on a long tangent. Let's circle it back.
It's because Emily loves Aquamarine, and
We all
if there's
love Aquamarine.
I know, but Emily is the queen
yeah,
of Aquamarine.
I could quote
that
it top
rhymed.
to bottom. I'll spare y'all, but
Like that's
Just
for
know I
another
could.
time, guys.
All right.
If you want to hear Emily quote Aquamarine from what'd you say, top to bottom? From
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Just leave a comment, and we'll tape that some other time.
Who knows?
And we'll
maybe
dress her up.
We might have a reel or something on Insta.
Yeah, a 2-hour reel.
Oh God!
we, like, actually just redo the movie?
Thunder and lightning and majestical waves.
It's so
go
funny if
live
we
on
just
TikTok.
all like we're all the characters.
Wait.
We're gonna go live on TikTok. It's already decided.
We will. Okay, amazing.
See y'all there.
All right, so I really do want to share some of these with you. Go.
Yeah,
Are you guys
no,
ready?
this is
Is
the
there
best
anything else
part.
you feel like you need to add, or any questions before I get into this? Because I
No,
feel like
since I've
once
cut
we
you
get
off
in,
6 times.
huh?
Since I've cut you off 6 times.
No, I feel like that stuff didn't need to be said first, but I was just there's some stuff here that. Sorry guys, if this is you, I know you're not. These aren't people I don't think that I've matched with. I think this is just profiles that I saw and stuff that people have commented on mine.
Okay.
Okay, so this
Well,
is,
you have to identify too what's just stuff you've seen and then
'Kay.
stuff that people have commented.
all right. So this is should I say their name because it won't? It's just their first name.
who cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll
No,
just,
I think it adds.
if I do.
Yeah, because if his name's like Rico, that's gonna add to the story.
Okay, cool.
Or Brad or something.
Okay, so this is, I literally have like a lot, so I might have to just kind of scroll through a little bit. But anyway, my favorite is, first of all, maybe I'll just say it first. Okay, so this is Jay, and this is just a profile I saw. A random fact I love is, that's the prompt, okay?
Okay.
A random fact is, a random fact I love is to cook. So we like read it wrong.
Incredible.
Okay, I'm not even trying to be mean, but I'm just like, you're literally.
No, we're gonna be mean.
You're
Sorry.
posting this like people are. You can't like check over and make sure what you put makes sense because he's thinking is a random fact is I love to cook, but the prompt says a random fact I love is like setting you up for an octopus eats its young or something like.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a random fact I love is to cook.
See, honestly, you guys were all laughing, and I wasn't getting it at first, and I was just like, okay, maybe I'm dumb. I think I've just had a long day. You know?
Okay, but
'Cause
do
I
you get it now?
I get it now, but I was like,
And-
geez, it's tough out there.
Yeah, and also
You can't even like to cook in this world anymore.
no, and
Kudos for him that he likes to cook. Most men don't know how to do that. so-
yeah, but I know it is just a typo.
Yeah.
Or not even a typo, it's just a like mistake there because
Yeah, you keep
his
reading.
his location says St. Petersburg, Florida with no spaces.
Oh.
So I think it's just yeah, I feel like he just didn't really put much thought into that one. Okay, here's another fun one. Mikey says, "I'm weirdly attracted to attractive women." Way to be original, Mikey. That's what I got to say.
I don't think that's weird for a guy.
No, I'm like, actually, you know what? I think that's the number one thing. I should have been like, yo, me too. Guys, I feel like, you know what's really attractive? Attractive people. Like, that's honestly,
Groundbreaking.
That's almost
Groundbreaking.
weirdly.
Honestly, though, considering that you did go on a Hinge date with a gay guy, maybe it's good that they specify.
true.
Maybe.
Very true. Okay, here, this one's really good. Okay, this is where it gets E for explicit. Some of these are explicit. So if you are a young listener, you need to get off at this point. Okay.
If you're a young listener, probably don't.
If you're a young
listen
listener,
to our
don't listen. Yeah, actually, this like we're too old.
Go
for
to
this.
bed.
Yeah. Get on TikTok, the appropriate side. Okay. 2 truths and a lie. Dalton.
This guy's Dalton. Okay.
This is just a profile I saw. Okay, so 2 truths and a lie. I've jumped off a plane.
Off a plane?
Yeah, I've jumped off a plane.
I think he probably meant to say out of a plane. I jumped off a plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
This man's like, no, I was on the wing and I just cannonballed off of it.
Swan dive off
Already,
the wing.
he's done in my book.
Okay, well,
oh my god.
just from reading these, I think you're gonna think that's probably the lie out of these. Okay.
Well, he jumped off the wing of the planes.
You're
Obviously,
not even
that's
to
a
the
lie.
best part.
He'd be like, oh my god, no, I'm Tom Cruise. We're like, shoot, sorry.
Yeah, he's like, actually, I'm a stuntman. I literally just hang on the wing of planes and then jump off. Okay. Two truths and a lie. I've jumped off a plane. I've scuba dived.
Okay.
I love eating ass.
That's so good.
With his picture, though, you can just tell he's like, the joke isn't maybe like, I don't know. It's like when those people, it's like, it's a funny joke, but also just no.
No, oh my god. I really hope he did.
His next picture is him shirtless with his arm crossed, like trying to be super serious.
Oh, well, then he's definitely scuba dove.
Hey. Yeah.
What do you think's the lie? We gotta guess.
No, it definitely jumped off a plane, I think, is the lie. He's,
Yeah, 'cause you- well,
he's
no.
probably, we live in Florida. I'm sure he scuba dived. And also, he definitely loves eating ass, if he said.
No, and then like you comment back, and he's like, actually, I think it's disgusting.
You're like, actually, that's so nasty.
I just wanted to get a laugh.
The next one was, fact about me that surprises people. I just got released from prison.
Cute.
So that's the dating pool here. This is what someone commented to me.
Wait, what was that guy's name?
Keith.
Oh, I wish it was Mike, like Prison Mike.
Prison Mike. Oh, this one's fun too. This guy is a little bit concerning me just from the picture, but he says, biggest risk I've taken, cutting off all my family. That's just such a like, it's such a thing you shouldn't share.
Yeah. It's okay if you did cut off your family, but
Honestly,
it's
is
like,
this the witch from Bath and Body Works?
what?
The warlock that was telling me that his mom tried to stab him and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's a fun story. We'll have to tell that next
Okay,
time.
this guy I almost regret not matching because I think it's really funny, but I was too scared at the time just because I was like, if you say something about sex in your prompt, that could be very sketch, but it's so funny. I'm like, if you're listening, Taylor, this is actually really funny, and I laughed about it a long time after. It says an overshare. According to GQ, the average man thinks about sex 19 times a day. So in some ways, you could consider me above average.
That's pretty good.
I think
That's
it's actually kind of
harmless,
funny
I
because it
think.
wasn't like, yeah.
You weren't like.
Also, he
saying
looks
that
like
you
a
like to
normal
eat
person.
ass. Yeah.
And he's got a dog.
Plus,
So he's
yeah, I think that one's funny.
also a good quality photo. You can't really beat a good quality photo on a.
So listen, Taylor, if you put that, reach out to us on Insta.
My favorite is when I
somehow
keep
listen to
seeing
this.
one of our mutual friends' friend on here, and like our friend Liz is like in the photo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird when you see your friends in people's Hinge profiles.
Oh, this was a good one. This is what someone commented to me. Want to
Okay.
be friends with benefits, except the benefit is we're dating and you love me.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a good one.
I actually love that. I think I would hear that and be like, sure.
That's so
Where do
funny.
I sign?
Oh, my favorite too is I really like when people comment on my cornholio one. So I have a picture where my shirt is pulled up over my head, and if people are ever like, "You need teepee for your bunghole,"
It's from it's a Beavis and Butthead reference
Yeah.
for those of you who are a little younger.
yeah. Okay, this guy Chris is looking for a wife. Nothing too serious.
I love that.
Yeah, that's really funny.
That's really good.
Let me see. A lot of teepee for my bunghole. Let's see. Oh, this guy just said you asked for it to my comment, which is kind of scary.
What?
Because it's on the one that says you actually find something to comment on. Like, comment on something, and he just said you asked for it. I'm like, that's not what I meant. That actually kind of sounds scary.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm reading it in a scary
comment.
way.
That is scary.
Like, if you
You
just said
asked.
you asked for it, like, because I was like, can you find something to comment on? And he just says you asked for it.
But did he put the D at the end of asked, or is it ask? You ask for it, or
I'm
you
just saying asked without a strong K, but it's just the word ask.
just ask? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's not asked.
It's also not like grammatically correct, right?
you
asked for it.
You asked for it.
I would say asked.
That's what I'm
With a D.
saying. You asked. I'm
yeah,
just saying
that's what
when
you're saying. But what did he say? Ask
No.
with a strong K.
I thought you were saying. I thought you were thinking I said ass.
No.
You asked.
With a D.
A S K
He put
E.
a D.
He said it correctly. I'm just saying it's a weird thing to say. Moving on.
Oh. I was like, he's out. Grammatically incorrect.
Also, okay, so this is what really kills me. There's some that I feel like I've left out because it's kind of clickbaity.
Okay.
Everyone reads your truth as I flipped over a wheelchair at a relay race. They read that as like somebody was in a wheelchair and I like did a flip over them.
Yeah, so for Courtney's 2 truths and a lie, she did 2 of her truths and then 1 of my truths. And my truth is one time we were in elementary school and it was like Spirit Week or something. And it was relay race day and I was like, ooh, bet I'm going to be in the relay race. And so the whole school was at the playground.
It was like 5th grade or 4th grade or something.
Yeah, the way it's set up, there was like this long stretch of pavement where like buses and stuff would go. And then there's like basically like the whole playground, okay? They were all watching. Like I remember kids on the jungle gym like cheering people on as they were doing the relay race. And so I did the relay race where you basically have to wheel down in a wheelchair, get out of the wheelchair, and then run it back to the start, okay? And so I was going there, and I got out, and I was wheeling it back to the start, and then I somehow tripped, and I tripped over the wheelchair, and then the wheelchair landed on top of me. That legit happened. And so I gave Courtney that truth of mine, lie for her.
What we mean by flipped is like when you flip over the handlebars of your bike.
That's basically what happened, but with a wheelchair.
Right, but she was pushing a wheelchair. Just a wheelchair, nobody in it, but everyone's reading it as like somebody was in a wheelchair, and I went and was like wheeling them in a relay race, and I flipped over them. And this person said, who was in the wheelchair, trying to gauge how competitive you are.
Did you say relay race too?
Relay.
Okay, you did. Okay, I was just making sure.
No, I didn't. It says flipped over a wheelchair in a relay race. I'm like, have you never been in a relay race? They do all sorts of weird stuff. Like,
I was just saying that it would be even funnier if you didn't put relay race, so they're just like,
I'm like,
I'm pushing wheelchairs and jumping over.
I'm the stuntman at Universal, and I just pull people from wheelchairs to the middle and do flips over them. Like, that's what these guys think when I say that.
Can you imagine? Courtney is 5'6". Tiny thing.
I'm 5'5". Ready? Okay, hold still.
I guess gymnasts are small, but that's hilarious.
I know. Okay, this comes to another like ick. I think it's so icky when guys immediately call you a pet name. Like the first message.
Like baby.
Like if someone says babe to me before, like you shouldn't call me babe until like we're actually dating and it's months in. Like someone says you have gorgeous eyes, darling.
Yeah, no.
You're not.
I feel like if your significant other says that, that's fine. Or if your gay friend says that, that's fine. But if it's just like a random dude who you don't know, I'm like, ick.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those recently. And I honestly, no.
What did this guy say in particular? Are you just saying?
No, he said that. You have some gorgeous eyes there, darling.
Thanks, darling.
I
think I would comment back and say, howdy, partner.
I say, thanks, cowboy.
Ride him.
And that's really...
Oh, and then they'll get really excited, though, so.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another good one? You should not go out with me if... This guy sounds toxic. That's why I saved this one. You should not go out with me if you're not fit, feminine, and cooperative. Ew.
I wish y'all could see.
I don't even want to know
the men that have the audacity to say these things.
I will say he does look fit, masculine, and domineering. So yeah, we're not interested.
Can you read it again? What were the fit?
You shouldn't go out with me if you're not fit, feminine, and cooperative.
Cooperative.
Like you better cooperate.
I know.
That makes me think like in bed.
Maybe.
Like you got to be like fit these criteria.
No, in my mind, this is what I picture. Working class, amazing female. She putting in the work. She's doing a great job. Gets home immediately. Man saying, "Where's my dinner?" Like, be cooperative. Also, you haven't worked out. Also, stop eating that cookie. Also, you just shit your pants.
Not for me.
Not for me. I want feminine angel dainty babies. No. Here at the Girls of 95 podcast, we don't work out. We didn't go to Zumba yesterday.
Yeah, I wish I had the energy to work out. I really enjoy it, but my life, it's not in the cards for me right now.
And we're not cooperative.
Yeah, actually, if you want me to cooperate, the answer is no.
The only time I cooperate is for the policia.
Yeah, and the only time I cooperate is if I'm cooperating with myself. You know what I mean? Emily gets it.
Okay.
I get it.
Like if I'm like, girl, you got to stop. And then I'm like finally like, okay.
And
to myself.
You know, we're not. I mean, we're feminine to an extent, but I think every episode we talk about shitting our pants. So I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
We try our best.
It's what
Okay,
makes
here's
you
John.
so relatable.
John's,
Thank
yeah. Guys, this one really, I almost match on this one because his picture is just a bunch of $100 bills. I'm like,
Is that his first picture?
hey, boy. And then his prompt says, all I ask is that you honestly.
I feel like I just need to
Say it again. Say it again.
All I ask is that you honestly. Like the prompt says, all I ask is that you. And then he just put, honestly.
That's going to be the title of today's episode.
Special talent of mine, a back bridge.
A back bridge.
But
Actually,
it's not even a good one.
that's a different guy.
Emily's like, I was a dancer and that's not a good back bridge.
That is terrible. Belly button to the ceiling, baby.
Yeah, this guy, his
With
did he
his
put that because
booty
his
in the shape.
freaking wiener's sticking in the air? I never even noticed that. I was just looking at how freaking fruity he looks.
Oh my God, why is
I'm
it like
not
a
looking.
check mark?
Why does it look so pointy? I never even noticed that till just now. I was just like, that guy is so weird.
Yeah, he probably got his D hard and then he was like, I got to get rid of it. They'll
That's
never
the
know.
only way he can get aroused is just by doing this.
He finally lands a female from his back breaking picture. And she's like, ooh, I want to try it. That sounds good. And then he's like, okay, give me 1 sec. Goes into a back vent. And he's like, okay, I'm ready. Mount me.
It's not okay. So we're back to, I put purposely on my profile that I'm not a huge country music fan. Okay?
Yeah.
And this is what this guy's response was. Like, he chose to answer this specific prompt out of everything that's on my profile and say, as long as you're willing to sing it with me in the truck with the windows down and go to the occasional country concert, I think we can manage. I'm like, that's exactly what I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's like the opposite.
That's the opposite.
No, my thought when you read that to me was that is exactly what people who love country music, like, what more is there to do other
Right.
than create the country music yourself? Like, that is what you would do if you loved country music. And you just said the exact opposite. I was like, it was one of those moments where I just looked around the room and I was like, you're kidding, right?
Right. It would be one thing if he was like, well, as long as you don't mind me listening to a blank blank song every once, or, you know, if so-and-so pops up on my playlist when I'm on the aux or something, like, that's one thing. Like saying, okay, as long as you can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't just like absolutely hate it and can't handle being around it at all. But he's like, yeah, he's like saying, like, as long as you can act exactly like a country music fan that wants to sing it in the car with the windows down and go to country music concerts. I'm like, no, that's exactly what I don't want to do. That's literally the opposite.
Love
It's just
it.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I literally was just like, why? Also, this guy just posted deviled eggs.
What? Devil.
Deviled eggs.
Is the
deviled
next photo a grave?
Yep. Actually, I don't know. It might be like a
He has
national.
deviled eggs
might
in
be
a
a national
grave?
park.
Yeah, there's a lot
No.
to unpack here.
The second picture looks like he's just standing by a state park sign or something, like a park.
It's a grave. It looks
But
like
also,
a grave.
he posted deviled eggs. Audrey. Okay. You're telling like that didn't happen?
I farted.
Oh my God. Let's see. I also said that I stood in Brett Favre's locker, which is the truth. And this guy said, I'm Brett Favre's locker, and you wasn't in me. You a damn lie.
That's pretty good. But ick.
Girl, my mantra is, girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? That's a lyric, isn't it?
Yes.
What song is that?
Da na na na, won't you? I'm trying not to say any cuss words.
Won't you?
Why can't I think of what comes after that?
I can't either. No, I don't think either of us can. We cannot.
Girls who like indie.
Yeah, we don't know about backing that ass up.
We don't.
Okay, this one really. Me and Emily had tears, and I don't know if it'll hit the same now that
I
it's
really
been a
hope it
minute.
hits the
It's
same.
this weird guy. I mean, just
Who's
this.
that with him? His sister?
Yeah, these guys post women all the time too, and they make us question, like, who is that, and why are you like
There are
cradling
about
them?
16 commas in this sentence, and please pause. every time there's a comma because I think that adds.
Okay, let's just. I didn't take a picture of this guy's whole profile, but he has a child, first of all.
Okay.
And that's what he looks like.
So, like, yeah, he'll find a wife, but just not Courtney's type. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I said something, he commented on the one where I said, like, find something to comment about, like, show some personality. Like, I specifically said, show some personality. And I can tell you, from looking at profiles, some show personality. Mine is an example of one that shows personality, and some do not. So I feel like that's not that weird of a thing to say. Mm-hmm. And he said, no offense. You're nice, Shirley. But, golly, this is an app with a couple pictures and snippets. There's not much personality to be had up in here. Well, thanks for the life lesson, Dylan. I was just like, obviously, I mean, don't send me your autobiography. But, like, there's one thing to just say something, like, with no personality. Or, like, just to like it. That's no personality compared to making a comment. Oh, my God.
I think that's the male version of being like, I'm not like other girls. It's like,
yeah, and you're just like, that's
you.
The ickiest thing you could have said to that.
The word golly. Just forget the rest.
The fact that he said it, like, also, and the fact that you start out with no offense.
Oh,
you're nice,
faves.
Shirley, but golly, this is an app with a couple pictures and snippets. Like, I don't have the app with a couple pictures and snippets. Like, I know what I'm signing up for here, dude. This one got me so heated because I'm just like, first of all, dude.
Plus, it need not apply. I'm sure his profile was probably pretty riveting.
A couple pictures and snippets.
No, I'm just going to tell you, his was basically just bare bones pictures and snippets.
His was?
And not, it wasn't anything fancy. Like, mine was definitely.
See, just like the way his face looked, I would have imagined that he would have put a lot of effort into this. And like, geez.
No, it was just like a really weird.
Well, then I guess he has the right to be annoying, but.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has the right to be annoying, but I have the right to be like, you're annoying. And that was uncalled for. Like, do you think anyone wants to hear, no offense, you're nice, Shirley, but like what you're saying is really stupid. Bye. I'm like,
the funny
they just don't match with me.
He probably still is like, you keep him up at night because he's just like, that one chick.
Yeah, she never commented back. God, I know. She's just really like has high expectations, like unrealistic expectations. And I'm like, no, just send me a decent message. Like, I'm reading through a ton of people have sent me where I can tell their personality. I can tell if they have a decent personality or funny or anything.
Because I'm sure most guys will reach out and be like, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just like, I see what you're saying. And I think most guys would see that too and like actually try.
Oh, yeah. This person said you really didn't want the handicap kid to win the race, huh? I'm like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. So maybe I do need to change that. But it's giving me so much good content and so much entertainment. Like, I can't change it.
Everybody
thinks I like have it out for.
But everybody thinks that you're like crippling cripples. It's like,
it's not okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to point out the wheelchair was empty. The wheelchair was empty, everyone. If you're listening, there was nobody in the wheelchair.
Yeah, that is a true story, but not mine. If you want to take it up with Audrey, it's her story.
It's my story. It's not even Court's. I'm the one that keeps you from falling in love.
Everyone just thinks I'm like this horrible person. No, there's another one. OMG, did you flip over a wheelchair? Was there someone in it?
Yeah, you should put, next time somebody says that, just be like, yeah, a ghost.
Oh, also, I edited a video of like a stupid video that we took on Friendsgiving at the beach, and Audrey like ripped her a-hole with a huge fart. Here, do you know that I put that video on there? You can't really hear. Okay, so you can't really hear it, but I said like when your friend releases noxious gas and the earth quakes or something like that, and I said earth like with an F. Yeah. And this guy, but I'm saying it like, I felt the earth shake, like being stupid. I say it like with like a kind of more southern accent, and so many people are like, I love your accent. It's not my actual voice. And I'm just like, heck, I'm leaving it because it's just something for people to comment on.
I dare you right now the next date you go on with someone.
I just talk like that the whole time.
Please do, please. And
Howdy,
record little
sugar.
videos with someone that like you think could maybe be a possibility, but you're like, probably not. It's more like I'm gonna get a free dinner out of this guy.
I just pull
Please.
a Zoe 101 and I'm just the girl that is going to acting or wants to be an actress, and I just pretend to be a psycho on the first day.
No. Yes. Have you seen? There's this girl who she has a series on TikTok, and she takes dares from her comments, and she did something just like that. One of her comments said, "I dare you to say bada bing bada boom as many times as you can." And I have to find it now because it is the single best TikTok I've ever seen. It's like a super long 2-minute TikTok too, and she just cropped up. She just propped up her phone, and like there's a sports game on at the bar they're at, and
She just says bada bing bada boom the whole time.
And she's like, bada bing, bada boom, you know what I mean? And then the waiter comes over and she's like, "Can I get a grilled chicken and a bada bing, bada boom rice as a side?" And then the guy's talking to her and the guy's like, "So how did you get into your career?" And she's like, "Well, I went to high school, bada bing, bada boom, I went to college, bada bing, bada boom, I started applying for jobs." Like, this girl had no shame. I would kill for the confidence to do something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Must.
Because it was iconic, but you should try that.
That's
with
actually crazy.
your
If I
accent,
enjoyed
see
dating
that?
more, maybe I would.
It would make your date so much better. You would enjoy it.
Because I just having a fun joke to myself the entire time.
Oh my God! Wait, that's actually legendary. This woman should become
Isn't it?
president.
Yeah. Actually, come on our
could
podcast.
not agree more.
No, I would. We need to find that video, and I'm gonna comment 10,000 times "I love you," so that her stats will go up and she can get famous.
We're finding it when we get off
We
of
just
here. I
stitched the
know I
video
can.
like 5,000 times.
We don't
We're
even
like,
add anything to it.
No, we're literally just
have
like,
the video.
recognize us, please. We're your biggest fans.
I am her biggest fan. I cannot wait.
It's incredible.
I love that.
Oh my God.
It really
I have a
is.
student that says that like all the time too. Like every time he gets the problem right, he's like, bada bing, bada boom. I'm like, you're right. That's absolutely
I love
right.
that.
Oh, this one's a good one for Odd. It says, I thought you'd appreciate it. It says, "A social cause I care about. Men dating taller women." That's so funny.
Yeah, that was always my biggest qualm when dating. It was just like, and Emily, I know you're the problem. You're one of the problems with it. It's fine. We all good. But little stacks would be dating my 6'6" men, and I'd be like, sweet. There's nothing for my 5'11" ass to date. It's
Except
okay.
Ryan, your true match.
Except it worked out because I'm married.
Guys, this Ben's greatest strength is bench press.
Ben's press.
Very straightforward, very realistic, straightforward answer there. Like he wasn't
Did he
like.
say his weight limit? Like his.
I'm like, can you do the 45-pound bar? So I should have said.
I would comment back and be like, prove the gains. Show me the gains.
No, that would have led to a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I want to know. I don't get what this means. I don't know if I'm too old for it. And I have Audrey is 1 month older than me, and Emily's a couple years younger. So I feel like I should ask my colleagues over here. Robert says, "I know the best spot in town for," and then he just put a gas pump emoji.
I think that means like something sexual, right?
Does it?
Like
No,
pumping gas?
people say like food and drinks are gas. Like
I've heard that, but like, why would you not? Like,
People
it's
say,
just
like,
a gas. It's just a
this
gas.
burger's gas. Yeah, no, I don't understand the context.
I feel like
of
this
that
guy
emoji.
teamed up with the deviled eggs guy, and they're talking about actual butt gas, like farts.
You know, it would be epic if you just like, my favorite gas station is the Wawa on the corner of 114th and that would be epic. I'd be like, no, comment back. I know you saved these a long time ago, but I would so comment back and be like, oh my God, no way. Like my favorite gas station is BP. What's
Just
yours?
be like, have you ever heard of Quick Trip though?
Oh my God, Quick Trip?
That's
Buc-ee's?
actually a great.
Oh yeah,
Prompt.
QT. Oh my God, QT is the Midwest Wawa.
Yeah, it's really
And
good.
that's that. Okay, here's my favorite 2 truths and a lie I've ever read. 1, I
Okay.
never kissed a girl. 2, I hate animals. 3, I ate a whole bag of popcorn in one sitting. Honestly, I hope those are all lies except for the popcorn.
Yeah, that
And
better be
honestly,
2 lies and a
just
truth.
one bag? Frankie? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta think, is it like a skinny pop bag or is it like a movie theater
Ask
popcorn
him.
bag?
I was
So we're seeing a picture of this man's, and it's just like his eyes, and it honestly looks like the dad from American Pie.
It's just Eugene Levy or Levy or
Levy, whatever.
Eugene Levy's eyebrows. That's all it is. And I see some popcorn kernels in the back. Just kidding. I'm figuring he's never kissed a girl, though. There's no way. He probably loves animals. He's never kissed a girl. He doesn't actually hate animals. I feel like, Frankie, if that's a lie, comment back. Oh, I like this one, too. This is just one of those where you, like, read what you're putting before you put it. I'm looking for some... This is the ELA writing class in me. Like, the English teacher in me. And I never even taught English, but... I'm looking for someone to go out and explore with. I love trying new things and trying things I've never done before.
This
Epic.
is my personal least favorite, and that sentence is maybe my personal hell.
Honestly, after you said it, I felt like I was going to pass out.
Well, I'll read it again.
That's another moment where you look around the room and
You're like,
wait to find out that you're being punked, because there's
'Cause
no
crickets.
way
Yeah.
that would happen on this earth.
no, he's looking for someone to go out and explore with. He loves trying new things and trying things he's never done before.
Again, as soon as you finished the sentence, my head again throbbed. Like it felt
Okay,
like I was
but
gonna
this
pass
is
out.
what my head is throbbing just going through this app.
Wow, that's a good one.
Oh, I love this one. This is a good one. I think this
Okay.
one's great. How would you rate? So it's how would you rate? And you're supposed to comment what would you rate. 1, 90s Meg Ryan. Great start.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, 90s Meg Ryan. 2, extra crispy / hot wings. 3, Barnes and Noble. 4, swimming pools after a few drinks.
Did you match with him?
I don't remember. But
That's nice. See,
no,
that's
that
like
was a
the thing
great
I would
one.
be
I
looking
thought.
at in
Yeah,
a
that's
profile.
yeah. I don't remember. I don't
Right in
think
between
so.
the guys that say "fun fact about me, I'm a boy," and then the next one is "what catch me about town doing." And it says getting drinks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then this guy comes in with like some Barnes and Noble, some Meg Ryan stuff, and you're like, okay.
I'm like, I like where your head's at. I really
Yeah.
like where your head's at, Michael. Just kidding. It's not okay. Anyway,
Good name, though.
yeah, that's a great, really strong name. If your
Yeah,
name's
strong
Michael.
name.
Okay. This is what someone commented back to my one of my truths is that I almost got kidnapped at Golden Corral. It wasn't like someone tried to actually grab me and swipe me, but it was just in a weird situation when I was a kid. And he said, I'm gonna guess that you actually almost kidnapped someone else from a Golden Corral.
And you're like, true.
And I'm like,
You caught me.
Austin.
Get like the picture of Haley, her younger sister, like the most like orphan Annie picture you can find. I know there was probably a couple, and just be like, yeah, this is the kid I stole.
Yeah. I love that. There's one literally of her sitting on the ground. Like
I know
that one.
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking of.
Okay. Also, this one, I love this. He said, love the accent. You need to take some bigger risks, though. Because the video, I put the prompt, biggest risk I ever taken, which was like being around your fart. Like I was jokingly like saying I was exposed to your fumes.
Got it.
And he's like, you need to take bigger risks. I was like, oh,
Okay.
pretty risky. Oh, this one was just the other day. This is what this guy's looking for. A funny girl, socialite, tour guide. I'm checking out Tampa for the next month to see if I could live here and want to experience it with cool people. But the fact that he put socialite,
Yeah.
what does that even, like, what does
All
that
I'm
even look
thinking
like
is
right
Gossip
now?
Girl.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like, that's not
London
a word that
Tipton.
people actually use in real life. Or London Tipton.
I'm like,
That is really...
you know what though?
What
I've
comes to
never
mind?
I've never seen another, I feel like, profile where I'm like, well, you're looking for, if you put socialite, then I'm going to have to immediately X.
I just don't think he knows what that means. He sounds like a dumbass. A socialite?
He's in real estate sales and investments.
Well, all right, maybe
It's
a
like
socialite.
the word outgoing, maybe?
A social person. I think he probably thinks it means a social person, and you put socialite. Maybe we're just reaching. Maybe we don't understand, but I feel like he doesn't understand.
Am I the drama?
I
think
feel like
I'm the
he's like,
drama.
this will get all the Gossip Girl fans really wild for me or something. I'm like, you sound weird. Anyway, I feel like I could have put these in a better order, but that's just some of the weirdness that you find. And I don't know. I've had some really nice people as well. But you know what? Dylan was right when he said it's just a few pictures and snippets. Like, you can't really tell
Yeah.
what someone is 100% like, but I feel like you could tell that there's a bunch of people that you're not going to like. That's what I feel like is happening here.
Yeah.
And for anybody who says, you know, oh, you're going to move to this new place and you're going to meet somebody so fast, all I have done is move to a place where there's more people to sift through. That's all I feel at the moment.
Yeah.
Wah, wah. But it's okay. Like, we're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Are we?
Well, it's worked for a gal, Miss Emily.
There's so many people that it's worked for.
And like a lot of our friends it's worked for. So I think you just give it time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be good. And in the meantime, we'll get some good quality content.
That's my thing is it's bringing me so much entertainment. I think it's hilarious. I just am like, I don't know. It just takes I just think when you've like done a relationship for such a long time and you got burnt out a little bit. Like, honestly, that's how I felt for like a while. It's just I was like burnt out from like being with somebody.
Yeah.
And so I think I've just rather just like, I mean, I know I'd just rather be with no one until I meet somebody I'm really, really, really like.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, I kind of like this person. Like, it's not going to be a thing until it's like, I'm really sure.
Yeah.
Because I have too much fun with my girls.
Yeah. But anyway, we're done for today. And we are. Emily, sing with us. Ready?
The girls of 95.
And 97 today.
Oh, yeah, 97.
Emily's a 97er. Shout out. Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.